Hello everyone, hope you all are doing well. Children, today we are going to learn a new chapter from our English textbook, First Flight. So, chapter number 7, Glimpses of India. What does the word glimpses here mean? Actually, glimpses means a momentary or partial view. So, in this chapter, the author discusses a partial view of our country, of India. So the chapter has been divided into three sections. The first one is a baker from Goa, and the second one is Coorg, the third one is tea from Assam. So we move on to the first one, that is a baker from Goa. Before we go to the lesson or before we go to the chapter, what does the word baker mean? A person who makes bread and cakes, especially as a trade. So we move on to the chapter, a baker from Goa. This is a pen portrait of a traditional Goan village baker who still has an important place in his society. First paragraph, make sure that you have your textbook with you. Our elders are often heard reminiscing nostalgically about those good old Portuguese days, the Portuguese and their famous loaves of bread. Those eaters of loaves might have vanished, but the makers are still there. We still have amongst us the mixers, the molders, and those who bake the loaves. Those age-old, time-tested furnaces still exist. The fire in the furnaces has not yet been extinguished. So here, note that word reminiscing nostalgically. Reminiscing nostalgically means thinking fondly of the past. Those eaters of loaves might have vanished, but the makers are still there. So the Portuguese became a history, but the bakers are still there. We still have amongst us the mixers, the molders, and those who bake the loaves. So those age-old, time-tested furnaces still exist. The fire in the furnaces has not yet been extinguished. What does the word here extinguished mean? Extinguished here means cause a fire or light to cease to burn or shine. Cause especially a fire or light to cease to burn or shine. Actually, when the Goan baker comes to our home or comes to our house for selling his goods, here goods means the cakes and loaves of bread, we can hear thud and jingle. What does the word here thud means? Thud here means a dull heavy sound. Jingle here means a light ringing sound. Okay, thud here means a dull heavy sound and the jingle here means a light ringing sound. So we can hear the thud and jingle of the traditional baker's bamboo heralding his arrival. Heralding here means announcing. Heralding his arrival in the morning can still be heard in some places. We can still hear the jingling sound or the thud of the baker's bamboo stick. So maybe the father is not alive, but the son still carries on the family profession. These bakers are even today known as padeiro in Goa. Actually, it's a Brazilian Portuguese name. Okay, padeiro. During our childhood in Goa, the baker used to be our friend, companion, and guide. He used to come at least twice a day, once when he set out in the morning on his selling round, and then again when he returned after emptying his huge basket. The jingling thud of his bamboo woke us up from sleep, and we ran to meet and greet him. Why was it so? Was it for the love of the loaf? Not at all. Loaves were the loaves were bought by some Pasquine or Bastine, the maidservant of the house. Actually, not that word Pasquine or Bastine. It's a confusing words, Pasquine and Bastine. Actually, there is no meaning of the word. It may be the name of the maid servant of the house. There is no any specific meaning of these words. It may be the name of the maid servant of the house, that is Pasquine or Bastine, the maid servant of the house. What we longed for were those bread bangles which we chose carefully. Sometimes it was sweet bread of special make. Why did we run to see the baker? So here says that what we longed for were those bread bangles which we chose carefully. Actually, when the baker comes, he will bring bread bangles. What does the word bread bangles here refers? Bread bangle here refers actually breads baked in the shape of bangles, that is bread bangles, so which we chose carefully. Sometimes it was sweet bread of special make. For this reason, because of this reason, we ran to meet the baker, or we ran to see the baker. The baker made his musical entry on the scene with the jang jang sound of his specially made bamboo staff. The word staff, underline the word staff. Actually, it is a long stick used as a support when walking. It is a long stick used as a support when we walk. So that is staff, S-T-A-F-F, staff. One hand supported the basket on his head and the other banged the bamboo on the ground. He would greet the lady of the house with good morning and then place his basket on the vertical bamboo. Vertical means an upright structure. Vertical means an upright structure. So we kids would be pushed aside with a mild rebuke. Rebuke means here an expression of disapproval or a scolding. Okay, that is rebuke, and the loaves would be delivered to the servant. But we would not give up. We would climb a bench or the parapet and peep into the basket. Somehow, I can still recall the typical fragrance of those loaves. Here, recall means remember. I can still remember the typical fragrance, the smell of those loaves. Actually, here the author fondly remembers or recalls the good old days, which is related with the baker, or which is related with the padir. Okay. Loaves for the elders and the bangles for the children. Then we did not even care to brush our teeth or wash our mouths properly. And why should we, who would take the trouble of plucking the mango leaf for the toothbrush? So here says that the loaves for the elders, loaves for the elders, and the bangles for the children. Actually, the baker baked the bread bangles to attract the children, or for attracting the kids. Okay. Then we did not even care to brush our teeth or wash our mouths properly. And why should we? When we get the bread bangles, we will not wait to brush our teeth. And the author asks, why should we do that? Why should we brush our teeth? Who would take the trouble of plucking the mango leaf for the toothbrush? And why was it necessary at all? The tiger never brushed his teeth. He gives, the author gives an example for not brushing his teeth, that he asks, why was it necessary? Why was it necessary at all? The tiger never brushed his teeth. The tiger never brushed his teeth. Hot tea could wash and clean up everything so nicely after all. So there is no need to brush our teeth. So here the author says that when they get, or when he gets his loaves of bread, he won't even care to brush his teeth. So page number 87. Marriage gifts are meaningless without the sweet bread known as the bowl, just as a party or a feast loses its charm without bread. Not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for a village. The lady of the house must prepare sandwiches on the occasion of her daughter's engagement. So, marriage gifts are meaningless here means it's worthless without the sweet bread known as the bowl. So, Goan sweet bread is called a bowl. Just as a party or a feast loses its charm without bread. Not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for a village. The lady of the house must prepare sandwiches on the occasion of her daughter's engagement. Cakes and bolinas are a must for Christmas as well as other festivals. Thus, the presence of the baker's furnace in the village is absolutely essential. So what does the word here essential mean? Essential means absolutely necessary. Absolutely necessary or extremely important. The baker or bread seller of those days had a peculiar dress known as the kabai. So here the author says that the baker wears a peculiar dress. The baker or bread seller of those days had a peculiar here means special, okay, special dress known as kabai. What we call it, it is called as kabai, okay, it is known as kabai. It was a single piece long frock reaching down to the knees. In our childhood, we saw bakers wearing a shirt and trousers which were shorter than full length, one and longer than half pants. Even today, anyone who wears a half pant which reaches just below the knees invites the comment that he is dressed like a padir. Okay. Author gives a clear-cut picture or a clear description about the dressing style of the Goan baker, traditional Goan baker. The baker usually collected his bills at the end of the month. Monthly accounts used to be recorded in some wall in pencil. Baking was indeed a profitable profession in the older days. So the author says that the baker will visit the houses every month to settle his bills, and indeed the baking profession was a profitable one. The baker and his family never starved. What does the word starved here mean? Starved here means felt hungry. Okay, so felt hungry. He, his family, and his servants always looked happy and prosperous. The baker, his family, and his servants also looked happy and prosperous. Their plump physique was an open testimony to this. Here, plump physique means pleasantly fat body. Their fat body was an open testimony. Open testimony here means public statement about a character or quality. Actually, their pleasantly fat body was an indication of their happy and prosperous life. So, even today, any person with a jackfruit-like physical appearance is easily compared to a baker. This is the end of the lesson, A Baker from Goa. Here, the author gives a vivid picture of the Goan baker who has an important place in the Goan society, and we already got a clear picture, a concrete idea about the traditional Goan baker and what importance a Goan baker has in the society of Goa. So we stop here today. I hope you all would have understood what we have discussed here today. Thank you, children. Have a great day.